I've been to the zoo. I said I've been to the zoo. Mister, I've been to the zoo.
I'm sorry. Were you talking to me?
I went to the zoo and then I started walking until I got here. Have I been walking north?
North. Yes, I think so.
Is that the 5th Avenue there?
I guess so.
And what about that street, cross street over there, the one to the right? What's that?
That's 74th Street.
So the zoo is around 65th Street and so I have been walking north, you know? Yeah.
I guess so.
Good old north. But not due north.
Not due north, but it's north. We call it northerly.
North.
Yes.
Well, boy, you're not going to have lung cancer, are you?
No, not from this, sir.
No, sir. What you'll probably have is the cancer of the mouth. And then you'll have to wear what Freud had to wear when they took out one side of his complete jaw. What do you call those things?
A prosthesis?
The very thing. You are an educated man, aren't you? Are you a doctor?
No. I have read about it somewhere. Time magazine, I think.
Time magazine isn't for blockheads.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Ah, boy, I'm glad that's the 5th Avenue there. You know, I don't like the west side of the park much.
Oh, why?
I don't know. Just like that. Do you mind if we talk?
No, not really.
Yes, you do.
No, sir, not really.
Yes, you do.
Oh, come on, sir, not really.
Well, it's a nice day.
Yes, it is. It is lovely.
And I've been to the zoo.
I think you said so, isn't it?
You read it in the newspapers tomorrow if you don't watch it on TV tonight. You have TV, don't you?
TV? Yes. We have two. One for the children.
You're married.
Yes.
It isn't a law, for God's sake.
No, not really.
And you have a wife
Certainly.
and children,
Yes. Daughters. Two daughters.
daughters. Well, in normal circumstances, generally people want boys, huh? No?
Well, naturally. Every man wants a son, but
But that's the way cookie crumbles, huh? And you don't want any more children now.
no. No more. But why are you talking to me like that? How do you know about that?
Well, the way you sit, or something in your voice. Maybe I'm just joking. Or, is it your wife?
That's none of your business. Do you understand that? Well, you are right. We will have no more children.
See? That's the way cookie crumbles.
I wasn't going to say that.
Now,
I guess so.
what is then? Let's say, what did I ask you now? Let's say if...
You were saying something about the zoo?
oh yes, I'll tell you about the zoo later, but first, can I ask you some questions?
Yeah, you can.
Alright. You see, I don't like to talk to people much, but then again, it's sometimes like, give me a beer, or can you keep your hands to yourself, man? Or what time does the feature go on? You know, things like that.
I must say I don't.
But every once in a while, I like to talk to somebody. Really talk, you know? Really talk to somebody. And, get to know the person and, you see, know all about him.
And am I the guinea pig for the day?
Who else better than a married man on a bright Sunday afternoon with 2 children, 2 girls, that too, and a dog? 2 dogs? No dogs! Well, sir, that's strange. In fact, shameful. You look like an animal man there. Cats? Cats! No, sir. Now, that can't be your idea, sir. It's your wife and children, no? Is there something else that I should know?
Well, we have 2 parakeets, one for each of my daughters.
Birds?
My daughters keep them in a cage in their bedroom.
Well, do they carry disease, the birds?
No, I don't think so.
Well, if they did, then you could have set them loose and the cats could have eaten them and they would have died. And what then? So, sir, what do you do to support your enormous household?
Well, I have an executive position in a publishing house. We publish textbooks.
It's nice, very nice. What do you make?
Now look here.
Come on.
Well, I make 200,000 a year, but I don't carry more than $40 at any single time, in case you are a hold-up man.
Where do you live? Oh look, I'm not going to rob you or kidnap your parakeets, your children, or those cats.
I live between Lexington and a 3rd Avenue on 74th Street.
That wasn't hard, was it?
No, I didn't mean to seem, but you see, you don't ask a question, you just keep asking questions to me, and I am reticent basically. Why do you just stand there?
I'll start walking in a while and eventually sit there. You see? Until you see the expressions on his face, you'll have to wait till then.
Face? Whose face? Is this something about the zoo?
The what?
The zoo?
The zoo?
You have mentioned it several times.
Ah! The zoo. I told you I was there before I came here.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's say, what's the dividing line between upper middle class and lower upper middle class?
You see, my dear fellow,
Don't you, my dear me.
Was I patronizing? I believe I was. I'm sorry. But you see, your question about the classes bewildered me.
And when you get bewildered, you start patronizing, huh?
No. Sometimes you see, I don't express myself very nicely. You see, I'm in publishing, not in writing. That's right.
So be it. I mean, like, the truth is, I was being patronizing.
No, you don't need to say that.
Well, so who are your favorite writers? Baudelaire and Mark Twain?
Basically, I like a great many writers, but you see, I have a considerably Catholicity of taste, if I may say so. But Baudelaire is far finer from the two, and the Mark Twain has its own place in our national.
Skip it.
Sorry.
Do you want to know what I did before I went to the zoo? I walked all the way to the 5th Avenue from the Washington Square, all the way.
Oh, you live in the village?
No. I took a subway down to the village and then I walked the 5th Avenue to the zoo. Yeah, that's more or less the fit. You know, it's what a person has to do sometimes. Sometimes a person has to take a long distance. He's got to go to a long distance out of his way in order to come back to a shorter distance correctly.
I thought we lived in the village.
Now, what were you thinking then? Making analysis out of things? Bring in order? The old pigeonhole bit? Well, that's easy, I'll tell you. I live on the 4th floor of a brownstone rooming house on the upper west side of the city, between Columbus Avenue and Central Park West. I live on the top floor, Raven. Now, it's a laughably small room, and one of the walls is made of beaver board. You know, this beaver board separates my room from another laughably small room. Sometimes I wonder, both of these rooms go earlier once to one room. Not necessarily laughable, you would see. And this beaver board wall, on the other side, there's a room. And you know who lives there? a coloured queen. And this coloured queen always keeps his door open. Well, not always, but especially when he's plucking his eyebrows, which he does with Buddhist concentration. This coloured queen has rotten teeth, which is rare, and he wears a Japanese kimono, which is, again, a lot rare. And he goes wearing this kimono to and from the John a lot. I mean, he goes to the John a lot, though it doesn't bother me much. He doesn't get anyone to his room. All he does is pluck his eyebrows, wear his kimono, and go to the John a lot. And the two rooms on the front, I'd say. In one of them, there's a Puerto Rican family, a husband, a wife, and some children, I don't know how many. These people entertain a lot. And in the other room, somebody lives there. I don't know who it is. I've never seen who it is. Never, ever.
Why? Why do you live there?
I don't know. Thought about it.
It doesn't sound very nice place where you live.
Well, no. It isn't an apartment in the 70s.
Yes.
Then again, I don't have a wife, a couple of children, parakeets, cats. What do I have? I have some toilet articles, few clothes, then a hot plate that I'm not supposed to use, a can opener with a key, there's a can opener with a key, a knife, then what else do we have? A knife, couple of forks, 2 spoons, 1 small, 1 big, 3 plates, and what else do we have? 3 plates. Along with that we have, let me remember, there are 3 plates. There's a cup, there's a saucer, there's a drinking glass, and then we've got 2 picture frames, both empty, 8 or 9 books, a pack of pornographic playing cards, a regular deck, and a Western Union typewriter which only types capital letters, I don't know why. A small strong box which doesn't have any lock but has in it what? Some C-rounded rocks which I collected when I was a kid. Under which are way down upon certain please letters. Please do this, please come, please, and some when letters. When are you going to do this, when are you going to do that, when are you going to write, when. These letters are from more recent years,
About those 2 empty picture frames,
I don't see why they require an explanation. Isn't it clear? I don't have pictures of any people to put in there.
your father or your parents, perhaps a girlfriend?
Sir, you are a very sweet man. And you're possessed of a truly enviable innocence. But good old mom and good old pop are dead now. And you see, I'm broken about that. It's too, really. But that's really what will act as playing on the cloud circle now. So I don't see how will I look at them neat and framed up. Besides, or rather, to be pointing about it, good old mom left good old pop when I was 10.5 years old. See? She went, in fact she embarked on an arduous journey to the southern states. Journey of a year or so, and then she, what she did then? Her constant companions, amongst her constant companions, many others, amongst many others, was a Mr. Barleycorn. At least that's what good old Pop told me when he went down there, came back, brought her body north. We had received the news between Christmas and New Year's, you see. That good old mom had separated with the ghost in some dump in Alabama. Now, without the ghost, mom was a little less spread. What was she? She was a stiff, a northern stiff. At any rate, good old Pop celebrated the New Year's for even, I would say, just for even 2 weeks. Then he had slapped in front of a somewhat moving city omnibus. That pretty much clear out things family-wise. Oh wait, there was my mom's sister, and she neither had the sin and nor the comforts of the bottle. I had moved in with her when my parents died, and you see, I don't have many good memories of her, but she did everything dirty. Sleeping, praying, working, eating. She had dropped dead on the staircase of her apartment, which was my apartment then too. It was strange. It happened on my high school graduation day. It was an afternoon. A typically Middle European joke, if you ask me. Oh, you what? But that happened a long time ago. I don't have any feelings for that, or that I care to remind myself. Perhaps you see the reason why good old mom and good old pop are frameless. What's your name, sir? Your first name, I'm Jerry.
Hi, I'm Peter.
Hey, Peter, and Peter is a nice name. And now, what's the point of having a girl's picture? That too in 2 frames, you remember? I've got 2 picture frames.
Yes.
And I don't see pretty little women more than once, you see. Most of them would be present in the same room with a camera, so it's odd. I wonder if it's sad.
The girls?
No. I wonder if it's sad that I don't see the little girls, I mean like pretty girls I would say, more than once. I don't like to have sex with them more than once. Or how they say, I don't like to make love with them more than once. That's it, you see. Once, that's it. Oh wait. For a week and a half, when I was 15, I banged my head in shame though that puberty came late. I was a homosexual. Balloons flashing, bells ringing, a queer, a queer, a queer. For those 11 days, I met twice a day with the park superintendent's son, a Greek boy, who shared my birthday with us, or maybe we had the same birthday. And he was a year older to me. You see, I think I was in love with him. Or maybe it was just a sex, you see. It was a jazz version in hotel, you know. And now, what about the women? What the girls, I would say. Do I love them? I really love them. But for an hour.
Well, it seems perfectly simple to me.
Hey! Are you going to ask me to get married and have parakeets?
Oh, please forget the parakeets. Stay single if you want to. I didn't start this conversation.
Right, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. You fine? You angry?
No, I'm not angry.
Alright, that's nice. You know, Peter, it's strange that you asked about those 2 empty picture frames. I thought you would ask about those pornographic playing cards, if I mentioned them earlier.
I've seen those cards.
Yeah, but that's not the point. I suppose when you were a kid, you used to pass those cards amongst your friends. You had a pack of your own, no?
Well, everyone had that.
And you threw it away when you got married, I see.
I don't think I need those cards when I got older.
No.
No. I would rather not talk about that.
Right. You see, that's not the point. I'm not trying to expose your post-adolescent sexual life or the hard times that you had. But what I was trying to achieve is, or what I was trying to come at is, the value difference between the pornographic playing cards when you're a kid and pornographic playing cards when you are older. You know, it's like that when you're young, when you're a kid. These substitute for real pleasure, you see. And when you're older, real pleasure substitutes for fantasy. But I guess you're not interested in knowing about this and you only want to know about the zoo.
Yes. The zoo. But if you want to.
Alright, I'll tell you what happened in the zoo. A few things first. I've already told you about the 4th floor I live on, in the grooming houses here.
Yes.
I believe the rooms get better floor by floor as you go down. And they're bigger. It's just what I assume, I don't know. I don't know any other people who live in the 2nd or 3rd floors. Oh wait, I know a lady who lives in the front side on the 3rd floor. I know because she always keeps on crying. Whenever I'm going out, coming in, always she's just crying, all muffled up. But she's very determined indeed. But you see, the one I'm trying to get to is the landlady. And Peter, trust me, I don't like to use harsh words in explaining about people. I don't like to. But you see, this landlady is pathetic. She's cheap, she's fat, she's ugly, she's misanthropic. She is unwashed, she's mean, she's drunk a bag of garbage. You see, I've used profanity too often, so I can't describe her well.
No, you describe her vividly.
Yes, thank you. Well, this lady has a dog, a monster of a dog. But I'll tell you about the dog later. The lady and the dog are the gatekeepers of my dwelling. So this lady, she leans in the entrance hall and spies on me that whether I'm getting some things into my room or some people into my room. And when she's had her mid-afternoon lemon-flavored gin, the entire pint, she stops me in the hallway, grabs a hold of my coat or my arm, presses her body up against mine, and she wants to talk to me. But Peter, the smell of her breath in her body, it's unbearable, you see. And you see, somewhere in that pea-sized brain of hers, there's an organ which has just developed to make her eat, drink, and emit. She has some sort of sexual fantasy about me, and Peter, I am the object of her fantasy.
That's disgusting. That's horrible.
But you know, I found a way to keep her off. Whenever she comes to talk to me or presses her body up against mine, and mumbles about her room, that how I should be coming in her room quite often, or I don't go there anyhow. I merely say, but love wasn't yesterday love, and the day before. She puzzles. So is it. She's confused. You know, at this moment, I feel that I'm doing something good in that tormented house. It gives me a little satisfaction. You know, it's at this very moment. But then a simple-minded smile begins to develop on her unthoughtful face, and she giggles as she groans about remembering about yesterday and the day before, and she relives and tries to remember what never happened. Then she gushes back to the monster of a dog which she has and goes back to her room. And then I'm safe until our next meeting.
It's so unthinkable.
Yeah, it is. It's for reading about, isn't it?
Yes, I find it hard to believe that people as such they really are.
Sure, that's fascinating, yeah, you see. Well, facts left to fiction, Peter. What I have been meaning to tell you is about the dog. Now, I think you're not thinking of going, are you?
No, not really.
Because when I tell you about the dog, you know what then? Then I'll tell you what happened at the zoo.
Oh yes. What about the zoo? Oh man, you are full of stories, aren't you?
Nobody's holding you up there. If you want to go, you can go. Nobody's forcing you. Remember that?
No, I know that.
Do?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now I'll tell you the story of Jerry and the dog. What I'm going to say now has something to do with how sometimes it is necessary to go long distance out of the way in order to get to the shorter distance correctly. Or only I believe in that. Maybe it has got to do something with that. The dog. It's a monster of a dog. I think I told you that. It has a huge overgrown head. Tiny ears. Eyes bloodshot. Maybe some disease or infected, you see. The dog is black. All black. All black except for for an open sore on the right forepaw which he has. That's red. I believe this dog is old and he's been misused. You know, Peter, and there are more colors as well. There's grey, yellow and white when he bares his fangs, you know, like which is what he did when he saw me for the first time when I walked into the rooming home and I had started staying there. You know, Peter, animals generally don't like me. They're indifferent to me like a lot of people. People are simply indifferent to me. They don't know that I even exist. And it wasn't like some St. Francis that the birds are too close to you, they're flying with you, they're on you. It wasn't like that. But you see, Peter, this dog smiled. He wasn't indifferent to me. And he wanted to get me. You know, on my second day of the stay there, he literally tore one leg of my trousers. I luckily escaped. I had to kick free and I ran to the room where I live in. It's upstairs. And oh God, it was a breather. Oh God, it was a breather. It happened for a week or so. You know, every time when I came in, not when I went out. Isn't it funny?
Yeah, it is.
I think the dog hated me. He just wanted me out. So if I went back and started living on the road, he wouldn't even care. After going through this torture, this escape for a week, you know, I went upstairs to my room and I sat there and I thought. Then I decided to kill the dog with kindness. And if that doesn't work, I'll just kill the dog. Rest your opinions, listen to it first. The next day I went out and bought some hamburgers without any ketchup or what you would say, without any onions. I asked him to take off everything and it was just hamburgers in the rolls. On my way back I took off all the rolls and I threw them on the road. And when I reached that rooming house, the monster was waiting for me. I half opened the door and saw, there was he. Here he was, rather, waiting for me. I very cautiously went in. You know why? Why? Because I had the hamburgers. I quietly took out the hamburgers and I kept them down. And the distance between us was like 12 feet or so. I had to be careful, you know. I kept them, he was snarling at me. I kept all of them down. Moved to a side. He was snarling. We stopped snarling. And he stepped. Started walking slowly and fast, and then reached the point. Then he looked at me, and I gave him a smile. Tentative one, you understand. I didn't know what was going to happen. Then he got back to the food which he had, and he went like, "Rah!" It was like he hadn't eaten anything in his entire life except for the garbage, which the landlady feeds him and she also feeds garbage. In one go, he had just finished the entire pack of hamburgers. Because he sat there, looked at me, smiled. I think he smiled. Cats do smile because I know that. It was so gratifying, you know. It was so nice to see the dog smiling, looking at me. And then BAM! He was on to me and I had to run from there. And I had to run for my life. You see, Peter, it was disgusting. I was offended. I had given food to that dog and he wanted to just bite me off. How would that be? I was heartbroken. I was raging mad. I believe that dog hated me to the core. He had animosity towards me which I couldn't overcome. I had no idea what to do. And you see, I thought maybe I should try more. I tried it for a few more days. I got the same hamburgers. Same process happened. He would just snarl, sniff, come, smell, eat it like rock. Go, finished. And then smile. And then I would run for my life. Until one day, Peter, I thought of killing the dog. Hold yourself, only that I wasn't successful in killing him, you see. The day I thought of killing the dog, I bought rat poison. I went to the hamburger shop and I asked the guy that don't put any rolls in there. I was expecting that he would ask me a question like, what would you do with that? Eat it through your hands? But it didn't. And you know what he asked me? Is it for someone special? And I got excited, and in excitement I said that, yes, it is for someone special. I think I was a bit loud and people heard me and people were watching me. I don't know. Every time I've got to keep it simple, people start looking at me. It's neither hither nor thither. I don't know what to do. But on my way back home, I needed the rat poison in have a meat. And I came home, opened the door, and there was the horse. I kept it down. He was waiting for his offerings, you know. And then after his offerings, he wanted to go after me as usual. So he came, he ate it like again, rah, in one go. Looked up, smiled. Then I ran, as usual, and he wasn't able to catch me, as usual. But then I got to know that the dog was deadly ill. But then I got to know that a dog was deadly ill. You know how I got to know that? Because he stopped attending me and I couldn't see him anymore. And the landlady got sober. I met the landlady on the day of the attempted murder. She was very sad that day and she was crying that God has been unkind to her puppy dog, has given him a mighty blow. She implored me to pray. I thought I've got too much to pray for myself, pray for the colored queen, for the Puerto Rican family, their kids, the person I don't know who stays there in the room, and a lot of people who stay in the rooming houses. But I said, yes, I would pray. I would pray. And then she wouldn't believe me. She said, I'm a liar. I wanted the dog to be dead. But that's not true. Why do you want the dog to be dead? Unlike I didn't want him to be dead initially. But you see, when I got the news, I felt sad and I wanted the dog to live. Wow. Not because I had poisoned the dog, but you see, I wanted to see how our relationship after this incident would come up. How it would be like. You know, Peter, it's important. You've got to know effects of your actions. You've got to know it. Huh? You see, the landlady got sober, the dog got healed up, he got better. See, sometimes I wonder, how did the dog escape this? Was he a relative of the dog who was guarding the gates of the hill? Or some farmhouse, granny house? You good in mythology? I know, I guess so. I will keep it with you. One fine day when I was coming back after watching a movie which I thought I had seen earlier, or a movie similar to that I had seen maybe. I had heard the news of the dog getting better, and I opened the door. I was expecting my friend there. Friend is the right word now, you see, because I don't hate the dog, you see. And not I don't have any hard feelings at all. He was sitting there. He was healthy now. As the door opened, they looked at me. I looked at him. We both looked at each other. It was like a stone statue moment. I looked into his face longer than he did to mine. You know, I can look into a dog's face longer than anybody. Or not just a dog, but then again I can look into anybody's face a lot longer. I can do that. But that's not the point. The point is, we had to connect there. felt something. I mean, like we sort of had an understanding, I believe. Some dealing or something. You see, Peter, you've got to deal with a lot in life. You've got to deal with people. You have to deal. Someday or the other, you've got to deal with someone, something or the other. If not people, then beds, chairs, toilet papers, or cockroaches. Well, cockroaches come in the end, I would say. That's the last of it. But at some point of time, you've got to start dealing. And what better point than dealing with a dog through the entrance hallway situation, you see? Now, I was looking at the dog was looking at me. And you know, I've seen him the same way like we looked after his recovery for a long time. There's no change. Both of us, whenever we see each other, we just stop. We just stop. And there's a moment of sadness and suspicion. Obviously he's bound to be suspicious because I poisoned him. So, you see, Peter, it's like you can't let go of it. There's an understanding, there's a pact between the two of us. Once we're watching each other and then we're indifferent to each other, we cross our ways safely. That's very important, you see. Few things I've learned here. Love and cruelty stand alone are nothing. You can't go beyond them, no. But love and cruelty, if combined, they can teach emotion. So this is a compromise, a sort of bargain. Perhaps trying to feed the dog, was it an act of love? And the dog's ambitious effort to bite my leg, was that not an act of love? If it is so misunderstood, Peter, then why do we have this word called love in the first place? Why do we have it? Well, Peter, what do you think? Will I be able to sell this story to Reader's Digest for a couple of $100? What do you think? Huh? Peter? The most unforgettable character I've ever met. Tell me, Peter, what do you think?
I don't understand you. Why did you tell me all of this?
Why not?
I don't understand you.
That's a lie.
No, that's not a lie.
I explained everything as I went along and I went slowly.
Oh, please stop. I don't want to hear about it anymore. I don't understand you or her landlady or her dog.
Her dog?
Yes.
I thought it was my dog. Oh no, you're right. It's her dog. I don't know what I was thinking, Peter. Of course you won't understand. See, I don't live in your block. And I'm not married to the parakeets, whatever you say it is. I'm a permanent transient. See, and my home is one of those sickening rooming houses in the west side of the New York City, the greatest city in the whole world. David.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to seem you.
Forget it. I suppose you don't quite know what to make of me.
Well, we get all kinds in publishing.
You're funny. You know that? You're funny. You're a very richly comic person.
Oh no, not really.
Peter, tell me, did I annoy you or confuse you?
Well, I must confess that I had not anticipated an afternoon like that.
You mean that I'm not the gentleman you were expecting?
I wasn't expecting anybody.
But I know, I mean, like, I don't imagine you were, but then again, here I am and I'm not leaving.
You may not be, but I must be getting home soon.
Peter, come on, stay a while longer.
Oh no, I should get home soon. You see.
Oh, Peter, come on. Peter.
Oh, please.
Peter, come on, you've got to stay.
Oh, stop that, stop. After all that, the parakeet's getting dinner ready soon. The cats will be setting up the table. Oh, stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Oh, enough, man.
Peter?
What?
Listen to me.
Yes. What? What are you saying?
Do you want to know about what happened at the zoo?
The zoo. Oh, there was a zoo for a moment for me. The parakeets will be getting dinner ready. Whatever that was.
Yes, it's funny, Peter. Even I hadn't expected this, but... do you want to know about what happened at the zoo or not?
Oh yeah, the zoo. I'm sorry, what happened at the zoo? I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to me. I'm sorry.
Alright, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what happened at the zoo. But before that, I'll tell you why I went there. I went there to find out how people and animals live together, how they exist together, and how animals and animals exist, and how animals exist with people too. See? You know, it wasn't a fair test. What's with people separated with bars from people, and everyone separated with bars from everyone? Animals for most of the part, and always the people from the animals. So you see, but Peter, if it's a zoo, this is the way it's going to be. Move over.
Haven't you enough room? Okay.
And you see, all the animals are there, all the people are there, it's a bright Sunday afternoon, all the children are there. Move over.
Alright.
It's a hot day, and all these stenches there too. All the balloon sellers are there, all the ice cream sellers are there, all the seals are barking, all the birds are screaming. Move over.
Haven't you enough room? You have more than enough room.
And then there's me, you know. And it's feeding time at the lion's cage. The lion keeper walks into one of the cages, and he wants to feed one of the lions. Move over!
I can't move over anymore. Can you see here? Why are you hitting me? What's the matter with you?
Do you want to hear the story?
No, not really. I certainly don't want to be hit in my leg like this.
Like that?
Oh, stop that. Stop it. Don't hit me like that. What's the matter with you?
I'm crazy, you bastard.
That was not funny.
Listen, Peter. I want this bench. You go and sit on the bench over there. If you're good, I'll tell you the rest of the story.
But what for? What's the matter with you? I see no reason why I should give up this bench. Huh? Why? It's secluded here. You can sit anywhere.
I want this bench.
No.
I said, I want this bench and I will have it!
You see, people can't have everything they want. Do you understand that? It's a rule. They can have some of the things they want, but they can't have everything they want.
Imbecile. You're slow-witted.
Oh, stop that.
You vegetable, go lie down on the ground!
Look, I have put up with you all afternoon. Do you understand that?
Not really.
Long enough. I have put up with you all the afternoon. I have spoke with you just because of you seemed well. Do you understand that? Because you wanted to talk to somebody.
You put things away. Economically, and yet you see. What's the word I'm looking for? I just want to put justice to your... Jesus! You make me sick, man! Now get off my bench!
This is my bench.
Get out of my face!
Just get off from here. This is my bench and I have this bench all to me. Do you understand that? Or I will call the police and I will make you arrested. Do you understand that?
You won't find any policeman around here, you know. They're all on the western side of the park, catching fairies down from the trees or out of the bushes, you see. So scream your head off. It won't do you any good, man.
Oh, police! Police! I warn you. I'll have you arrested if you're not leaving from here. Just go from here. Police! Oh God, I feel ridiculous here.
Yes, you are ridiculous. A grown-up man calling for police in the middle of an afternoon like this. A policeman, even if he comes for duty here, they'll just take you in as a nut.
Oh God, I just came here to read something and this man holding me up. Oh God, you're mad.
Well, I've got some news for you, Peter. I'm over your precious bench. And you're not going to have this ever again in your life.
Oh, just get off from here.
Oh, look who's mad.
You are mad. Just go from here.
Look at you, look so ridiculous, man.
Oh God, I warn you. Just go from here. This is my bench and I will have all this to me.
Why, Peter? Why? You've got everything in this world that you want. You yourself have told me about it. Your house, your family, and your own very zoo. See? You have everything. And yet you want this bench here. Yet you want this bench. Are these one of the things men fight for? Listen to me, Peter. This bench, wood or steel, whatever it is this your honor? Huh? Is this the thing in the world you would fight for? Tell me, can there be something more absurd?
Absurd? No. It is, I'm not going to talk to you about the honor. It is not about the honor. If it was, you will not understand that. Just get off.
Do you even know what you're talking? Do you? Stupid? Huh? Do you even have any idea, even the slightest, what other people need?
Oh, I don't really care about it. You just go from here. This is my bench.
I need this bench more than anyone.
No. That's for sure. You don't need this bench. Just go. Go from here.
You have to fight for it. Fight for the bench. Fight for your dignity. Fight for your honor.
Okay. Get up. Get up and fight. Get up.
Like a man?
Yes, like a man. Just get up.
You see, Peter, it's something about you. You know, I was telling to your face, you are a vegetable and that was short-sighted one.
Oh, stop that and get up. Fight with me.
And you see, the way they say on TV, you mean, you have certain dignity.
Oh, just shut up. Get up and fight with me. I warn you. Get up. Just get up. I said.
Very well then, let's battle for the bench.
Let's fight.
But, you see, Peter, we are not evenly matched up.
Oh my God! Have you gone mad? You're mad! You're gonna kill me?
Pick it up. Pick up the knife.
No.
It's all to you.
No. No. I warn you. Let me go from here.
Now you pick up that knife and fight with me. Fight for this goddamn bench!
No. I warn you. Somebody help! Help me! Somebody help!
You miserable fight. Fight with me! Fight for this bench! Fight for your honor! Fight for your wife! Fight for your children! Fight for those parakeets! Fight for the cats! Fight with me! You could not even get your wife with a male child, you! Vegetable!
No! It's a matter of genetics, not of manhood. Do you understand that? I warn you. Just go from here. Leave from here. What? I will gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
So be it.
What? Oh! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you very much. I really mean it now. Easy.
My God!
I was afraid that you would go away, Peter. You don't know how afraid I was that I would drive you away. And you would leave me, you see. And you know what happened at the zoo? I think this is what happened at the zoo. I think while I was at the zoo, I thought of walking north, or northerly rather, and then I would meet you or anyone else.
Oh my God!
And then I decided to talk to you. I would talk things that would, here we are, you see. Here we are. But could I have planned all this? No, I don't think so. But I think I did plan this, Otherwise, how it could have happened? And you remember watching the news on the TV, reading the newspaper, and the face you'll see, Peter? That was my face. This goddamn face you're watching right now, Peter. And I'm really thankful to you, Peter. You are a brother, man.
Oh my God!
Peter, you must go from here. Somebody might be coming here. You don't want to be seen here with all this, you see.
Oh my God!
Peter, wait, Peter, wait. Wait, Peter, you see, you won't be coming here anymore. And you've been dispossessed. You've lost your bench, you see. But you've gained your honor, you see. You're not a vegetable, Peter. You are an animal too. Peter, thank you. Peter,
What?
you had a book here somewhere, no? On the bench?
Yeah.
Take it with you.
There it is.
It shouldn't be here. You see?
Oh my God!
Wait, Peter.
Oh my!
Ah,
Oh my God!
Peter.
Oh my God! Oh my
Peter!
God!
Peter, parakeets are cooking the dinner. And Peter, and cats are setting up the table, Peter. Peter! Oh my God!